This is a video about Turret. She wins you games, you place her in a good area and she shoots things. The turret also comes with some dwarf Norse guy, Torbjorn, whatever his name is. In this video I will show you some of the best places to put this little beauty on every single map in the game, defense and attack, so keep an eye out. And yeah, just like every other video so far, I've had to experiment with Torbjorn as an attacker. Symmetra attack has some merit thanks to her teleporter, Bastion attack can be devastating with his surprise, but Torbjorn attack was painful. When robots rose up and started kicking everyone's ass and Overwatch was formed, guess who was there saying I told you so? Not old man soldier, he wasn't old and cranky yet. It's Torbjorn. He knew the robots would rise up and begin to fight back. He would have been seen as some tin hat wearing conspiracy theorist, but he was right and Overwatch wanted his expertise with them as one of the founding members, alongside Soldier 76, Reaper, Reinhardt and Farah's mum. He was there as the engineer and was the expert of fighting Omnics, how to dismantle them, because he designed a lot of them. He built weapons as well to combat them. During all this fighting and helping Overwatch though, Torbjorn helped build a lot of those things. When the Omnics rebelled, they weaponized his creations. Torbjorn stuck with Overwatch and was a big part of stopping the Omnic threat. Blizzard show this in one of their comics where he fights a huge Titan. After the Omnic War, I'm not too sure why he is still fighting really. I guess it's because he built a lot of weapons which are being used by a lot less ethical people now that Overwatch has disbanded and Torbjorn wants to stop them. Basically, Tony Stark. His Iron Man. He may not look like it, but he was the smart one of the Overwatch team. So he has a few interactions with the Q, including a good friendship with his bro Reinhardt. But I mentioned that in the Reinhardt video. He also seems to have some kind of rival with Symmetra. So you probably get the idea now. He knows what he is doing. He can do more than place down a turret. Torb has a normal 200 health and his main weapon is a rivet gun with maybe the best reload animation in the game. Look at it, it looks like he's cracking an egg open and pouring some crap out of it or something. It's beautiful. So this gun fires shards of molten lava or something. It sticks into things, it's cool. There's two fire modes for it, normal mode and shotgun mode. For the normal mode it has 18 shots which do 70 damage each. They fire just under 2 seconds each and it takes him 2 seconds to reload them. It's beautiful, he gets some egg, cracks it open and pours out some yolk or something, it's cool. This weapon is not really the main weapon of Torbjorn, but it takes a bit of skill, because if you see someone near your turret, you will need to headshot them to save your turret. Just note that the bullet shell things have a slight arc to them, so they have a bit of a dip. Don't rely on that dumb bitch for turret to try and save herself. You have to do the damage yourself. Get some headshots with your gun. Practice aiming for everyone's head. If you don't want to do that and you are close to them, then simply right click, it's the alternate fire and it's basically a shotgun mode. The same stats as before, but this time it fires 3 at once and it does 60 to 150 damage to a target depending on how close they are to you at the time. With most characters in the game being at 200 health, 150 potential damage is huge. That's more than Reaper's shotgun and you can headshot with it. A little secret with it is that every time you switch to Torbjorn's hammer, he automatically reloads his rivet gun. Blizzard did this because they want you to use the bloody thing. The Forge Hammer cannot headshot people, but it can be used to damage enemies for 75 damage, which is quite a lot when you think about it. In Overwatch, this hammer heals Torb's turret by 50 each hit. The turret has multiple stages. It can be placed down with the shift button. At level 1 it has 150 health, does 28 damage per second and fires 2 times per second. Keep building it to level 2 and it will have 300 health. It will be able to do 57 damage per second and fire 4 bullets per second. It has a third stage, but I'll talk more about that in a bit. As I said at the start, the turret is the main reason for picking Torbjorn really. Place it down and you have passed your test as being a competent Torbjorn player. I mean, it's not as cool as his main gun, the rivet gun, where it has a cool reload animation. You crack some bird egg and a bird comes out and turns into lava or something. But the turret's pretty damn effective. This video shows a ton of good turret places, but the general rule is to put it in places where it cannot be flanked. You can place it on a flank to try and prevent the flankers, but you want it to be constantly firing, not only at one character who gets killed by it once then comes back and kills it straight away with an ultimate, a big ability or something. You got to put it on the sides of roads while you, Mr. Torbjorn, defend it with your own gun but still be aware of its health as you got to keep it healthy. Just like if you were Bastion, you got to be prepared for the big pushes. If you are attacking as Torbjorn, you kind of have to be a flanker. Place your turret down, hide and repair it like crazy. You can even hide behind it from abilities such as Roadhog's Pull. Problem with flanking Torbjorn as the attacker is that you'll be fighting over flanks with Tracers, McCrees, Reapers, Widowmakers and more. It definitely helps if you are accurate with your rivet gun though. And I guess his size is a bit of an advantage for him. The ultimate ability is... as soon as it's activated it lasts 12 seconds. Lets him repair 100% faster, fire 50% faster, gives him 300 extra armor, and the turret also shares the same steroid. Now the turret has 800 health, fires 5 times per second and does 181 damage per second. It has rockets. A rocket launcher, people. Think of it like Winston's ultimate, except you can actually see stuff in Torbjorn's ultimate. One last ability of Torbjorn is his ability to drop armor packs. I sometimes forget about this, which makes me a bad Torbjorn in those rounds, but these pieces of armor give 75 armor to whoever picks them up. He can give them to others and also to himself. The risky thing is that he also has to go pick them up himself, because other people can't see it. When an enemy dies, they drop scrap, which Torb can collect. Each scrap costs 50 and it caps out at 200. It's a nice friendly ability and really does feel good when the healer picks it up, and it makes me feel like I just protected them from a possible sniper bullet which may have killed them. Symmetra's armor is better though, as a lot of people seem to say, because she does not need to collect anything to apply it. She can just put it down on everyone straight away and it keeps recharging itself. That's why I think Symmetra is underrated. I said that in the last video. She makes her team better. She is the base player of the Overwatch world. People seem to think she does nothing. Torbjorn is good. Okay, he is good against a lot of characters because he has the advantage of the turret who can always fire in a 360-degree direction. That's why you usually find Torbjorn's near that turret, because if someone does try and kill Torbjorn, he always has his turret covering his back. Kind of. Roadhog seems to struggle. As I mentioned, you can avoid his pull and his ultimate by hiding behind the turret. Genji also melts pretty easy. He is used to being so damn fast and maneuverable, but you can't really trick the turret. Genji can try to deflect the turret and Torbjorn, but you're better off just repairing the turret until his deflect wears off. People who do counter Torbjorn though are flankers. That fucking bitch Tracer who zips around everyone is always flanking and always ulting my pretty turrets. She will ult because she has been, not just because it's a tactical advantage or she is looking out for a term, it's because she is the spawn of literally Satan. Tracer players, go bug Reinhardt or something, jeez! Reaper's shotguns also do a lot of good damage to Tob and his turrets. Widowmaker can snipe it from a distance, Mei can block it with a wall and protect herself with her ice, and D.Va can be all up in your face like a fat Tracer and has a second life thanks to her mech. And Junkrat is good against turrets, but I find that the turret kills his ultimate a lot. So I'm not sure where I would put him. How about Torbjorn counters bad Junkrats but loses to good Junkrats, so let's call that a draw. A lot of Torbjorns usually hang around their turret in that same static position really, but if you know someone who's coming to get your turrets such as Tracer, Reaper, or even Pharah, it's sometimes good to relocate, move to a different area, so as soon as the turret is about to get destroyed, or as soon as it does get destroyed, you place your turret in a different position. What you really want around the point is you want your turret to be up and online and looking at the point as much as possible. If it's not up and working, you're almost useless as Torbjorn. So try not to hang around the turret too much because then you're a bit too predictable. Good teammates for Torbjorn would be Soldier 76 who can counter any pesky Pharahs and quick moving flankers trying to get some sneaky shots off on the turret. Friendly Reinhardts with shields, rare. And Torb doesn't really need a healer, the turret doesn't move and Torbjorn is always usually nearby and he knows where the closest health pack is. Don't be a jerk and expect your team's healer to turn the focus away from the front line, move away from it and heal you. Keep yourself healthy and you'll live longer. True fact. It works. Thank you for watching and hope you learned some things and found some good turret precisions. Let me know if I missed any and what character you would like to see next. Subscribe if you want to and you can see some other ones which I've already made. And I'll see you around.